Yo, it's Wife Dizzy, and you watching the Red Pill Experience. Yes, sir, you heard that correctly. The Red Pill Experience, Episode 1, coming live from Globe Life Park, Arlington, Texas, FBRN.US. And I'm feeling good today. It's a sunny day. It's not even cold outside. I'm feeling wonderful. And today, with me in the studio, we got the one, the only, the honorable PL Colter. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, YF Dizzy?
Man, you going to have to turn me up because you sound way louder than me.
All right, hold on. Let me. You want me to turn you up? Okay, I got you. Let me look. I'm backing up.
I want us to be a little even. You know what I mean?
Look, I don't want to be distorted this time around.
That's what happened last time. We couldn't get no clips.
I'm gonna back down so we can have something for the future generation.
Yeah, you too far now, but it's how was your trip, man? First, let's start with that.
It was good. Shouts out to Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Had an awesome time with my family. Hadn't seen them in forever. Had a great Christmas. Took a couple of L's, but I bounced back.
Hey, took a couple L's, now I bounced back. Man, so do you have any New Year's resolutions, any goals, actually?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell the people, but I was just asking if you do or not.
Is there a difference between a resolution and a goal, in your opinion? And if so, educate us.
Turn up your mic a little bit, but I feel like a resolution is just something you kind of want to do, but a goal is something you put with like a deadline and certain like statistics. It's more defined, a goal is, and it makes you strive for. A resolution is like, I just want to lose weight. A goal is, I want to lose 15 pounds by August 8th.
Okay.
So
yes.
It's more achievable.
Okay, I have a goal with an expiration date that I do, yes.
Okay, and that's wonderful. Because it's weird. I had a little paper that I wrote my goals on last year, and I basically hit all of them.
Write the vision and make it plain?
Yeah. Even down to the subscribers on my YouTube, the number of views on my page. Each one, it came down to the last week, but I got it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's something about seeing it written down.
Yeah, but I didn't find it till like that last week. I didn't refine my paper. I was like, dang, I actually hit on most of my goals. But the reason I want to talk about goals is this year I feel like people should take inventory of themselves, because you got to figure out if you're the problem or not. You can set all the goals you want, but it's up to you to, put it in motion.
Right.
You either going to do it or you're not. You either going to be a problem or solution. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I feel like a lot of people don't get nothing done because they don't want to look in the mirror. A lot of people is complacent and will prefer to just people tell them happy lies. Like when a woman has been gaining a couple pounds and they ask, babe, do I look fat? They know damn well.
You the yes, you
look
fat?
No. I'm smarter than that.
Right.
I thought you knew. But
I was going to say, man, you're going to be looking for an apartment soon.
No. But they know for a fact they don't want you to tell them that they look fat.
Right.
So why they ask the question?
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like this year should be big on self-sustaining, because I don't know if you noticed, but the U.S. government is like flailing and dying. It's not looking good at all. And I feel like people should start figuring out things like how to depend on themselves. For example, food. If Walmart went down today, where would you get your food?
Kroger.
I'm saying if Walmart, Kroger, Aldi, and the corner store all went out of business for some reason, trucking stopped and all the trains and the processing stopped, where would you get your food from?
My neighbor when they at work.
That's only gonna last so long though.
Right.
Most foods expire pretty soon unless they got hella canned foods.
And I hope people understand the sarcasm in my voice with saying I would be left with no options.
Yeah.
So that would be my only option.
I don't know, Paul. You might be the one to go ahead and take some for somebody. I don't know.
Don't leave that window cracked. Don't leave that patio open.
Yeah, we know how it be down in Memphis. Goddamn.
I'm from Nashville, man. You do this every time.
I do that. It's because you root for the
the Grizzlies. Because I'm sporting Grizzlies gear. You can make the connection.
You got Seahawks on.
I do, but it matches the hoodie today. Shouts out to Doc Sherry.
Yeah, Doc Sherry.
But you know what? I want to give you props right now on your shirt, man. Your shirt is catching mega heat on the social media right now. Shouts out to your shirt. And if y'all look very carefully in the background on Facebook Live, the bag matches, y'all. Let's check out.
Oh, yeah. The bag do match.
Guy's after the bag and matching the bag. That's how you get it.
Yeah. Man, this shirt is really because, I want to celebrate episode 1. If y'all ain't noticed, I got the watch, dripped out. I don't want to flex it too much because I ain't that type of dude. I just got it on.
I'm going to throw up a finger when the camera back on you. I need you to flex that one time.
Okay. I'm going to flex it one time. Here go that little watch. Watch it jingle real quick.
It's shining.
I ain't got no bells. Yeah, I ain't got no bells, but it's jingling.
It's shining.
Yeah, but, I feel like people need to be more self-sustaining. That's why this weekend, what me and my girl did, we went to Home Depot. Well, I had bought the seeds at Dollar Tree because that's my spot. But I bought the seeds, and I bought a whole bunch of little pots and some dirt, and we planted cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers. And, if I live in an apartment and I could do it, that gives nobody else an excuse. I live in a one-bedroom.
So where did you find the space to do that in an apartment complex?
My windowsill, because I put them in the single pots for right now.
Oh, okay,
gotcha. We do have the big ones already ready to go, but that's only, when the time comes, we're going to be ready for that.
Right, so I'm just telling everybody out there listening, the millions of people out there listening worldwide, don't go digging up the backyard of your apartment complex.
Yeah, don't go.
Listen to him carefully here.
Yeah, you don't got to go. One, they going to mow through that. They be mowing the yard every once a month, and your fruit going to be gone.
Right.
So, if you got a patio, most apartments come with a patio.
Yes, that's true.
I got them inside right now because, it's cold, but once it gets to the summertime, they're going to be ready to go, or, springtime, they're going to be ready to go outside, and that's going to be around harvest time. And now I got some free food. I got some free sweet potatoes, some cucumbers, some peppers. And
that sounds like Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Like, so what brought you to that state of mind, like, for this year to go ahead and put that plan into action?
Well, I've always wanted to be, since I started, like, on my self-development path, I've always wanted to be self-sustaining. And this comes more, I can have all the money in the world, but what's it going to do if, money don't have no use anymore?
Right.
That's why, speaking of money, people need to become more self-sustaining when it comes to their money. Try to find something to get you away. You don't necessarily have to leave your job because that's not the goal. You should work somewhere where you love it and it's not a hassle to work every day. But try to find something to where if your job was gone, what would you do the next day? Where would you get your money? That's why I'm starting to stock up on some gold and silver.
Really?
Yeah, like minted coins.
Y'all, it's not all in the watch.
Yeah,
because there's some in that watch right there.
Really, most rappers, they stuff is fake. Because guess what? Nobody questions them because they have the money. So I remember I was watching this interview and this one rapper said, why would I spend thousands on this watch that I just want for y'all? I'm just going to buy something that's fake and y'all won't even know the difference. Y'all just going to assume it's real. Right. If I would have wore this whenever I was broke, y'all would assume it's fake. So I'm not going to waste on this.
Right. Plus, you got to pay all that money back to those labels. Mm-hmm. Like that. Yeah. That's a poor investment.
Most of them are on a payday loan, basically.
The worst loan ever. Like that just hurt my spirit to hear you say payday
I know.
Loan.
It brings it gives me nightmares from whenever I had. Well, it wasn't a payday loan. It was a title loan.
That's a payday loan basically.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't there every week, it's the same consequences.
And here I was paying $300 a month. And I'm over here thinking I'm finna pay it off. And I was like, how much is my balance left? And they said, oh, it's still the same.
Right.
I said, what?
Right.
You said you just been paying the minimum. So for people out there, don't ever get a payday loan or a title loan because you're just digging a hole in your pocket. But yes, be more self-sustainable. Right. And that means having something set aside to, if something, like for example, if you can't come to work for 2 weeks because you got the COVID, you got some on the side that, keep you up.
Right. Like, yes, like you're absolutely right to where there's no fear or you don't start making decisions to put other people's lives in danger, going to work with COVID, doing something totally selfish, you know what I'm saying, because you did plan. I like what you said about not being able to depend on just on one job. To really have you need multiple streams of income. You need a nest egg to acquire wealth of any level. Mm-hmm. So you're right. Like a lot of times you see people prostituting themselves for a job that's either breaking their back or running their blood pressure high because they put themselves in a position where they can't walk away.
They can't leave. They stuck there.
Yeah.
And now what they finna do? Now they gotta listen to their boss tell them, hey, do this, do that, and you gonna miss your this, and that.
Or hold that rent over your head subliminally.
Yeah. Oh, it's the end of the month. You don't want to have less hours this week. But guess what? Whenever you got your own stuff, you can be like, I don't care. I'm good. I'm
Right.
gone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that doesn't mean have that attitude with everything you go, because that's not a way to live life. But it's more that people should be self-sustainable. And speaking of wealth, I wasn't born yet, but in the 90s, you remember when they had the internet stocks?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing is happening right now in the 2020s with cryptocurrency. And I suggest if anybody has $20, throw it in there.
Is this like Bitcoin and
Yeah,
things
Bitcoin
like that?
is one of them. Cryptocurrencies are like a whole bunch of different ones, just like the stocks. Each one was for a different company. Some is going to boom, some is not. You got to research each stock and see what it's used for. Like right now, I got $50 worth of one cryptocurrency called Electronium.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it does is it's being used to send and receive money without a bank, which it's a real world application. And now they have a little place like, I don't know if you ever heard of Fiverr.
Yes.
It's like Fiverr, but they just use Electronium. So people could pay you to do, it's called any task. So people could, record or stuff like that. But people just go and look real quick. It takes, you spend more than an hour on social media a day anyways. You know what I mean?
Guilty.
Me too.
Guilty.
And that's what I'm saying.
No, I get a front row seat to today's class. Normally, I'm having to log in like a webinar.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
today
and
I get to
have
hear
your
it
wine
live.
with you. I'm sorry you can't have your wine with you today because we're in the studio.
Yes, because this show goes well with a glass of vino. It does.
Yeah, but just spend an hour, looking it up, see what the experts say, and just try to see how you could fit in.
Right. Now, before they get to that point, you posted something, speaking of social media,
Yeah.
that I thought was very profound.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that should be repeated when you're speaking of multiple incomes and things of that nature. We're right now in the second stimulus package stage where, people are expecting their money, albeit it's not going to be the $1,200 from last time. What, $600 this time?
Yeah.
That now you were going after a multi-level marketing in this post, but you were basically saying, hey, be smart. If you behind in rent, or you got to pay that car thing off, or you might risk losing your title, or your kids got holes in their shoes, you have to do the practical things first before we get to the Bitcoin, before we get to the savings account, things of that nature. I like when I saw that, because it was coming right on the heels of Christmas where people overspend anyway.
Yeah.
And so, like, sometimes that mindset, you can get into it like, oh, I got some more money. Now I can go get the PS5. Don't.
Yeah, don't. You don't need it. If you was waiting on $600 to be able to buy the PS5, that means you shouldn't be spending your time playing PS5.
One more time for the people on the other side of the church that just came in. Because I don't
For the people that just coming in late, especially for you.
Yes.
If you waiting on $600 to buy the PS5, that means you have zero time to spend playing PS5. That means you should be raising your bag up.
This is what he means by don't ask him if you look fat in them jeans.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this show, because you hold up a mirror. Whatever the mirror shows you, look, I'm just a mirror.
Yeah,
well, he's just a mirror. Like,
just reflecting.
He's just going to show you what you're already projecting into it. So if a hit dog or holler, if that hurts you, that you waiting on that $600 for a PS5 when you might want to put that back for something else, or invest it to something that'll make you money instead of you just making Sony rich.
And especially if you could just blow your $500, $600 on a PS5, that's when you should be starting a business or figuring out a side hustle, start selling gummies or something. You seen people sell, like Michelada mix, little gummies. Start a business like that. People is popping off right now.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to join an MLM, but, use it smartly. I seen people comment, they say, oh, yeah, I spent mine on a bag of cocaine. And I was like, yo.
But tell me you lying.
Nah, that was truthful. They didn't say no LOL or nothing. They said, I just buy a dime bag or something. And it's,
Thinking they're going to flip that. Was that the goal, or just a party?
No, just a party, basically.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. If you flipping, I don't condone drug selling per se, but.
No, see, I don't even say per se. I condone it, because that's supply and demand.
Yeah, plus they do it.
No drug dealer I ever seen have to break in somebody's house, put a gun to their head, and make them buy a bag of anything.
Yeah.
You go find him. Mm-hmm. He's not bothering. Like,
that's
you
true.
make
And
the
sometimes
choice.
it's hard to find him.
Right. Taking all day coming with your sack.
Sometimes I gotta look for 2 weeks. I'm like, damn, anybody know what?
Like, oh, he got his $600, huh?
You know, back in the day, you know.
Right.
Respectively,
long time ago.
Long time ago.
Pre-baptism.
Yeah, pre-baptism. But, you know, what's up to Jose from Yatu Sabas?
Jose, what's up, Jose?
And Anita from, you know, Bump It Radio.
Shouts out
Saturday.
to Bump It Radio. They bring the heat every Sunday.
They do. You can hear them through the walls.
Yeah.
They got the window shaking up in here.
That's what you do. That's how you do it, Miss Anita.
Yeah. But I just think people should take this time to really just look at themselves. I feel like we don't have enough people who want to think.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's easier not to. It's the easy thing to do.
So you're taking the easy way out when you just allow people to just open your head up and just pour in whatever they want.
Pour whatever they want. That's why I really don't even try to get on social media like that no more, because I ain't trying to preach to nobody, and I ain't trying to see these thoughts of people who are just out here spreading an agenda, you know what I mean?
Right.
We have colleagues here at FBRN, I'm not going to name no names, but I feel like one of them might be a CIA agent, because there's no way they push that agenda so hard, you know, if they've been in the ranks of this, and that. And I'm just like, you really believe that? You really, even you as a Democrat, right? I'm not going to say political
Well,
views.
the thing is, I've voted along the Democratic line for the majority of my life.
I'm saying, but do you see that Nancy Pelosi is a crazy lady? Or do you think she's smart?
I think you have to be smart and crazy to be in politics, regardless of political affiliation. True. So, yes, they will both apply to her, yes.
Yeah, she's smart and crazy, but I see more crazy, especially the fact that she, like, held back the second stimulus. I, per se, didn't need it, but I know people out here, some people didn't have jobs right now for, like, months, and just for this political game, I'll be like, ugh, even if, you know, I don't go for either side, but even if the other side would do it, I'll be like, bro, isn't that dude Mitch McConnell? Isn't he Republican?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, ugh.
He's blocking the 2000.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, ugh, he disgusting. Why is he doing that? They voted themselves a raise first, and then they declined the stimulus. We're selling trillions to Israel, India, China, Iran. We're sending them millions of trillions and billions of dollars, but the Americans can only get 600.
600. And I don't know if it was you that shared this or not, but I think that, someone, and whoever it is, shouts out to them for posting it. It could be somebody in your comments now that posted the actual math of what $600 divided by a whole year was. So it's like $1.17 a day.
For $1.17 a day, you could feed an American.
So now are we the ones with the flies flying around our head?
Yeah. And here's the thing. If you ever speak to an actual African, they say, I don't know why these commercials play over here. Where is that? Like Detroit? You know what I mean? That's what they say, though. Because they say in Africa, it's beautiful. People is wealthy over there.
Yes. There is untapped, unlimited resources for that matter.
And that's why you have to speak people from that's not
and
from
Kenya
here.
does not look like that on those 2 o'clock in the morning commercials.
Here's the thing. Have you ever heard about the frog in the stove?
No.
So I feel like this will happen to America. There's a story where you could put a frog in like lukewarm water on the stove, right? And you turn it up slowly, he's not gonna feel it until the point where he dies from it boiling. He's not gonna feel it if you turn it up slowly. But if you just drop him in hot water, he gonna jump out. So I feel like that's what's happening with America, our morals, our money, and everything. They destroyed our money over 100 years. You hear like grandparents 100 years ago, they say for a nickel they bought a house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And now our money is basically worth nothing.
Well, let's take the morality one first.
Yeah.
I think that one is timeless. If you go back to the earliest dates of the Bible or the earliest dates in world history, it was violence, it was sex, it was rape, it was murder, there was stealing. Yeah. They were fighting for lands. You know, even this country was built on bloodshed. Yeah. So from a morality standpoint, I think that there's a greater acceptance now for things that wasn't necessarily accepted when I was a kid growing up. I can only just go over my span of time. things that are acceptable now. That because I remember when I was in high school, seeing a girl walk around pregnant was just you just didn't see it.
Yeah.
She would disappear from school. She would transfer. She
Yeah.
would relocate. She'd go stay with her aunt in Virginia.
Yeah.
You didn't see that. Now it's like celebrated. You know, they had a baby shower right there in English class and things of that nature.
Can we hold the baby?
Right. And you know, grandma be 39.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's you don't shake a stick at I'm being trolled for my hat choice. It matches the hoodie.
He said, not the Titans.
You will see that Friday.
Yeah.
But you know, I do believe that the desensitization to the lack of morality is alarming now.
Yeah.
Over the Christmas holiday, I was at my mom's house, and my mom was, I love you, mama, but mama, you was watching Springer, and my nephew was sitting right in there, and my nephew walked into the kitchen and told me, Uncle Pete, did you know she had 8 different boyfriends when she was with this boy? She cheated on him 8 times with 8 different dudes. And I was like, for you to even form those sentences and put it to me to where it makes sense, that's desensitizing. What are you doing watching that?
Why?
Why are you watching?
And you know what's crazy? Some kids, like for myself, I had to be at home, you know, by myself watching my siblings, and that is daytime TV. If you broke and you don't got no cable, guess what? That's what the kids is watching.
Right.
We watching some talking about, you know, like you said, she cheated 8 times, or you know.
And y'all novellas can be pretty steamy.
Yeah.
For a child.
Well, that comes on at night though.
Oh, really? Because in America, the soaps came on in the daytime. So if you was raised by grandparents, or if they were your primary care people while your parents were at work, you were watching the stories. You know, Days of Our Lives, all that kind of stuff.
The novellas do come on in the morning time too, but that's more like reruns. They have more like little game shows and stuff like that going on during the day.
I don't know what they be saying, but I got my popcorn ready.
Man, it'd be exciting.
I digress.
Nah, but what up to Suge? What up to my mom?
Suge.
What up to Marcus
Mama
Stone?
Dizzy.
You know,
the ultimate hustler in the house.
What up, Shanti? Love, you know.
Hey, what's going on, Zen Zone?
Yeah, our colleague.
Yes.
What up? I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Hey man, you got it on fire in the comments today, man.
Man, episode 1.
They checking out Dizzy, season 2.
Episode 1, man. They checking out my just
They checking out your shirt and bag combo in the background.
I know, it caught their attention. I might have to do this more often.
It did. I mean,
you scroll past it, you like, let me see what he doing with that shirt.
You walked in, I was like, that's why you were late. You was tearing down the mall.
Man, I was actually late because for some reason my fire alarm was going off. I was like trying to get the towel and wave it. You know what you gotta do when you gotta wave it with the towel, make that go away.
Right, trying to pray nobody be running up on you.
I was like, man, is that house actually on fire? So I went all the way outside and I was like, I don't smell nothing. So I just closed my little restroom door and it stopped. So
I was at your room. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because I ain't even had the shower hot though.
You was smoking one of them.
No. That was in the car.
Cigarettes. Why do y'all do that in the car in Texas? What is it with that? Is the hot box the thing to do in Texas?
No, I mean, it's just because I guess over there y'all got a lot of wilderness and open space. Here, we got to like do it on the go. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't like to as much anymore, but just.
Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe because I'm at the paranoid phase where I'll be scared to do that in public anyway.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you probably get more paranoid anyway. It's just whenever you be on that level, you probably just
me?
Yeah.
Thinking too much.
Yeah, you just start to think too much. That's why you're probably too close to the screen.
That's why. Inside joke.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I got some. We'll talk after the show.
So speaking of, you was talking about cheaters, right? So tell me why. I was at work and my girl was telling me the story about this girl who we work with. She was talking about how she likes cheating.
To be the cheatee or be cheated on?
No, to be the cheatee. And she said that girls cheat way better because she would cheat on her man all the time and he would never notice. But then when he would cheat, she would find out right away. Instantly.
That seems to be the growing consensus amongst the sexes that that's the case.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know what's even more foul? She said whenever she would catch him, she would start breaking down saying, babe, why would you do this to me? Knowing she just did it last weekend.
Wow.
And that actually put something into my perspective. I feel like most people is loyal, but there is that little group in both sexes. But I feel like men who happen to cheat, it's either they're unhappy or they just happen to be like, what would it say when somebody lies all the time?
Oh, a pathological liar?
Yeah, they might just be a pathological cheater, you know? Just like how this girl happened to be.
Yeah. Now, I remember T.D. Jakes saying one day, and I thought it was, I was taken aback that it was coming from a pastor that was just preaching real. He wasn't doing a sermon. He was just talking on somebody's interview, and he was saying that he debunks the idea of soulmate. Basically saying of all the billions and billions of people on this earth, there's only one person that's actually compatible for you.
Yeah.
Like that's not true. Like he was talking about how he's been with his wife and he comes on every night because of a choice that he makes to come on every night. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't find compatibility with this girl, that lady, this woman, that woman he met in Chicago, woman he met in Kenya or whatever. That it's a choice. And I don't know about getting caught and not getting caught as far as the disparity on why we get caught more than women. Yeah. But I do think that you can go into situations to where you had no intention to cheat. Yeah. You just ran into somebody else that hit that spark, that soulmate spark, which nobody owns the rights to. Yeah. If you God willing, you and your lady die old together. Yeah. But if one of you were to pass, it wouldn't be fair for the other not to move on, and you can still find love. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I told her if I'm finna die, I'm finna tell you right before I die. I prefer if you stay celibate the rest of your life.
Well, hopefully she'll be at an old age where that won't be the case. No, you'll be surrounded by grandkids and great grandkids.
Nah, but another thing. Speaking of soulmates, I feel like that's why a lot of women end up unhappy and on like drugs, like antidepressants.
Wow. Okay.
Because Disney lied and has been lying to everybody. Disney has been promoting this this knight in shining armor for forever, and that the man's supposed to give you roses, sweep you off your feet, and this and that. But that's actually not a reality for most people, because that's just not real life.
Right, we're all flawed human beings.
Yeah, and for you to have those expectations your whole life and turn down this dude and this dude and this dude because you waiting for something better, that's why you see most people, the bigger percentage of people who use antidepressants is women above 22, I believe. Fact check me if you want to, and I believe that's the big reason they end up alone, especially if there was like career chasers the whole time. Because I'm not saying career chasing for women is bad, but I'm saying just know what your true passion is in life. Don't go chasing what society, what Disney tells you need to do. Do you know what I mean? There's some women who end up successful business women, but then they end up unhappy because they wasted their child caring years chasing their career.
So you mean you saying it's more important for a woman to be a mother and a wife than a career woman?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want that in your life, then you should probably take that route and try to make it work with your career. And if you just don't want no family, don't want a man, then there is people like that, and a career is probably for you.
Like Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah doesn't seem like she's tripping. She's a billionaire.
Right.
But some people don't want the money, but society is telling them go get that money. I'm telling them go get that money.
So when they hear because I'm team go get that money as well. Yeah. It's just a personal way that I'm wired, and sometimes maybe we say money because that's the word that brings us all together. That doesn't have a face or a race to it. Yeah. Maybe we mean go chase that dream.
Yeah. Go chase that dream.
Maybe we can word that differently, because everybody's not built for that race. Some people, are built to be great mothers and maybe stay-at-home mothers. The market says Oprah got Stedman. Okay, yeah. Well,
they don't got no kids though.
Right, and even in Stedman's case, you still have to make a decision. Are you going to be a kept man, or are you going to go out and on your own grill? Because And with us, I mean, he's the Disney version of that. But as a man just every day walking up and down the street, it's hard for us to sit around on our butt and let our woman do all of everything.
Everything.
She calls all the shots, makes all the money.
And he ain't even got to clean. They got maids.
Ain't got to change the battery in the car.
He don't even got to drive.
No. So like on paper, that seems like that would be a great life, but I couldn't be a life for me.
Yeah,
I'd have to be on the go doing something, and not to say the Stedman isn't doing that, but that just goes to show the Hollywood Disney version of what that would look like, and that's not for everybody.
But then on the flip side, a man has to be able to find a woman who wants him for the right reasons. For example, I don't know, so you know the Rockets, right? They signed Christian Wood this offseason.
Oh, I saw that.
Saw that?
Yes.
They signed him to what, 3 years, $75 million?
Yeah, he got broke off.
Yeah, and for the past couple years, he was, traveling around the league. He started off with the Mavs, and then he went to the 76ers, and then he found a home with the Pistons for a little bit. Now
that's where he started to make his name with the Pistons.
And now he got paid with the Rockets.
And balling this year.
Yeah, he's actually balling.
Yeah.
But we got to take it back to draft night.
Yes, we do.
He was a sophomore, right?
Listen up, y'all.
And he decided to leave school early because he thought he could make it to the league. Mm-hmm. So, for those of you that are athletes, that on draft night, you sit there and you just wait to get picked by a team. And your scouts or, your agent tells you you're good enough. You think you might go in this range or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he was waiting there. Round 1 passes, he didn't get picked. Round 2 pass, he didn't get picked. So he's sitting there like, damn, I don't know what I'm finna do with my dream. Worried about his dream. And the lady he had been with for a couple years now through college, since he didn't get drafted that night, they broke up and she went to the airport that night. Never seen her again.
He said he dropped her off at the airport and she ghosted him.
Yeah, never seen her again.
Can you imagine that night?
Yeah.
She didn't even call you and let her know her plane landed all right.
Yeah, and now this man just signed a multi-million-dollar contract, multi-year. In
basketball, not football money, basketball money. He getting every dollar.
Yeah, every single dollar of that, no matter what. And that's why you got to pick the right one, because that shows you she was not there for the right reasons.
Right.
On top of that, she probably had some on the side if she was ready to leave that quick.
It was almost like she was in cahoots with somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, baby, come on home. He didn't get drafted. Let's try something else. And I think that's a great story and a great illustration for the young hustler because, people can smell ambition. Mm-hmm. And if they think that you're close enough to maybe make that next step to where it starts bringing in real residual income, then that could happen to you.
Yeah, and it's honestly a blessing to him that it happened that way.
Right.
Because imagine if she was still with him now, and now they get divorced.
Laura Pippen is who
Laura Pippen.
She'd be Laura Pippen.
And Laura Pippen, she just gross.
See, this is why I rock with you, man. Like, I just brought up a name out of the thin blue. I knew you was going to be on it. Like, this for you to be so young, he is so well versed in all things sports, politics, skanks and scandals. Because she's in the skank and scandal.
Yeah, she's gross. How you going to be dating a man who is almost as old as your son?
Almost?
Yeah.
And that's not even the half. Like, very publicly, just doing the most.
And this man got a wife, and she just had the baby like a month ago, and y'all here wide open where TMZ could see you. Like, come on, what are you doing, lady?
Like, man, like I get it. You rich, you famous, but as your child, I would be having. I'm telling you to drop me off around the corner. I'm gonna walk on in because I don't need that smoke.
Beware of the Jezebel. The Jezebel spirit is evil, and it will get you, man.
So that's what a pastor come in at.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, for you men to stay celibate and chase after your success this year.
Who else is gonna tell you in 2021 to stay celibate, man? I need y'all to rock with this dude YF because if you want to be honest, some of the most productive times in my life came through seasons of celibacy. Mm-hmm. Some of my most fractured and unproductive times in life came when I was juggling or it just happened to be one of them good seasons.
Yeah.
Where you got a chocolate one, a caramel one.
Yeah.
Where you kind of feeling yourself.
You got a farm, you got a starting team.
And you trying to like push the limits on how far this player thing can go. We've all had that season. And then when you go back and look at what you accomplished during that time, not really much.
Yeah, not much.
Not much. Now,
that's what's actually got me off track from school.
Right.
Was these women.
That is one of the main things that get us off track from school.
Yeah.
When you have women plus no parental supervision plus all of that free time and your own place and that whole college vibe, it's enough to get the non-discipline.
And for men, this is our biggest struggle in life. Because a man could go without eating for for almost 2 weeks before he starts tripping out. We go out without water for 2 days and still be alive. But let a man not get some for a while. Watch him trip.
Yes.
Well, you ever see a daddy yelling at the kids, "Goddamn kids, shut the hell up."
they just like, we just said good morning, Dad.
They said good morning. They said, "Mama ain't giving that cootie." That's what it was.
Now, Marcus says, marry or hustle if you're single.
That's true.
I agree with that. But where does that stand with what you said earlier about the women who will – so you're saying hustle until your knight in shining armor comes around? Because we just talked about a few minutes ago the woman being too overly aggressive in the workforce or in the dream-chasing form and not having the family, the whole thing like that.
I believe if you where you need to be, the person you need is going to pop up.
I totally agree with that.
You know what I mean? A lot of people meet their person in church or where they work or at a retreat for their business.
Right.
Whenever where you need to be, you're going to meet the person you need to.
I feel like I totally agree with that. I feel like that if you're walking in your purpose and in your destiny, that destiny attracts those things into your life. Yeah. Because I don't think that we serve a higher power, whoever your higher power is, that we serve a higher power who plays practical jokes.
Yeah.
Or who just ain't got nothing else better to do but to jack you around. Yeah. Like, oh, David, I'm going to put this dream in your spirit. I'm going to put these goals in your heart. I'm going to line up your skill set to match the gift that I put in you. And then I'm going to sit you on this trail for you to just not meet the people that's going to help you blossom, whether that's professionally or personally. Yeah. So I totally agree with you that if you're walking in your purpose, you're going to walk into Mrs. Right. You're going to walk into Mr. Right. You're going to walk into the right people to help cultivate your gift. But so what does that mean with crew then?
What do you mean
Because
crew?
we're talking about, discernment when it comes to relationships, like the like man-woman relationship. But what about building a team? Because it's hard to do this on your own.
It is. I feel like your team will pop up. It's basically the same. Just whenever you follow in your path, like-minded people will pop up. Just like whenever you trying to find a mentor, your mentor not gonna pop up till you ready. Whenever
wait a minute! One more time for the back of the church, because that one was a good one.
Your mentor not gonna pop up till you ready, and once you ready, they gonna pop up left and right at that.
That just gave me a jolt of energy, because I think back to when I finally decided to change careers and pursue radio. Yeah. That there were people already in place for where I was going that could help me get to the next level. And I'll start naming y'all. And I say y'all because you one of them. Yeah. The hustles, the people all in your comments, Suge and Jose, and just all of the things that I've learned from you all individually and collectively. And even Miss Sammy, that we wish her a speedy recovery and well wishes today. That there wasn't a mentor I asked for. It's the mentor I got, and it was the best one for me, because I need a tough love mama. Yeah. I can't. My mama wasn't no punk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She had 3 boys.
You need somebody gonna bring out the belt. You know what I'm saying?
Not the belt and the best in you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna let you just be some sucker dude. You know what I'm saying? My moms wasn't having that. So like.
And there's different seasons for everything. This now might be the season for you to be in a relationship. And that's what people waste a lot of their time doing. Sometimes people be out here searching for a relationship and a partner because they feel so alone. But it might not be the season.
That's real.
This might be the season where you out there, digging in the dirt, putting the seeds in. It's not the season where you sit back and eat the harvest.
That almost knocked me out of my chair, and I'll tell you why off wax. But it goes back to what Marcus said, and you two are making a fantastic point, and I'm glad you said that, because in this season of isolation and quarantine, loneliness can get to even the best of us. Yeah. Like me, I was a perfectly functioning single man, doing my radio, watching my sports, going out, being hospitable to people, then when you get shut down,
Yeah.
you know, it's one thing to get shut down with your baby and your lady there.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all can make it like it was.
Yeah,
y'all can
yeah.
rekindle that fire, but when it ain't no other match to strike off of, you will start pressing. You will start making some questionable decisions. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you spoke that for 2021, because if it's not your season,
Yeah.
you need to marry your hustle.
Man, and here's the thing: when COVID first started, shit, I was still out. I was single at the time, so I was out here shooting from the hip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know the players still had it. Goddamn, I was on my hustle, but you know the players
Yeah.
still had it. I was still out here shooting. my
Humping
shot.
hustle.
Yeah, nah, I ain't not
No,
like
he
that.
wasn't doing all that.
Not
no.
all that. 'Cause, you know,
No, he wasn't doing all that.
no, because you know the mask and all that. I ain't had. But
Stupid.
speaking of, we got some news. We got some news.
What
You
you
said
got?
you wanted to talk about this post I made about Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
And they're taking down his statue.
Yes, I do.
So let me hear what you guys say, and then I'll
What offended me to the core about
Yeah.
your post was the fact that it read like you were telling me to be thankful to Abraham Lincoln.
That's not-
Like, of all the people that you want to take a statue down, you should be wanting to keep him up. And the slave was kneeling to him as
Yeah.
if to say, thank you for freeing us. That sent me over the ledge. And if I was 600 miles away, I wanted to call into the show. I wanted to send a post message, one of those read more messages,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Here's the thing. Abraham Lincoln, yes, he freed the slaves. He did.
Yeah.
He penned the Emancipation Proclamation. We get all of that. But he didn't do it because he thought that slavery was immoral.
Yeah, he did it because it was going to hurt the North.
He did it to cripple the Confederacy.
Yeah.
And you know
Or
that,
the South, I mean.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he did it to cripple the Confederacy and win the war. So, and it worked. He was able to cripple the Confederacy because without that slave labor, they didn't have the resources to succeed.
Sheesh.
So that's why he kind of did. He did it to save the Union and to save the country. Now Texas, if they would have had the bravado of the Texas today, they probably still would have been like, well, forget it.
Yeah.
Just turn us into mini Mexico and we'll figure it out. But the other states, they couldn't survive without that. Mississippi, Florida,
Yeah.
Louisiana, they couldn't survive without that free labor.
But either way, I feel like it was still a big thing. Let me ask you. If there was a billionaire out here, right, and they gave you $1 million, but they didn't do it to be hospitable. They did it to get a tax write-off, to cover their taxes. That way they don't got to pay no taxes because they gave you $1 million, which is basically, you know, charity is what they will consider it. And would you not, like, be happy about the $1 million?
I'm not kneeling for him.
No, I'm not saying
for
kneeling.
that.
The kneeling is a little too much. I will say that. I don't agree with it.
It's the kneeling.
Yeah.
A black man kneeling to a white man on a statue just ain't rocking.
Yeah,
with
that-
these millennials.
I agree with that.
Right.
I agree with that 100%. I just don't agree with the fact that we out here taking down our own history, even though it does show like something very negative, which is a black man kneeling to a white man. It's still history. That was history, that there was slaves, and he's the one that I don't like how they did it, but they did it back then. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a scenario because I'm looking up at the clock here. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say now this is totally fictitious. Now this is just me making up a scenario.
Yeah.
Let's say when you were growing up, your father
Yeah.
sexually abused you.
Okay.
Now, through whatever means that relationship ended, however that relationship ended, time moved on, whether he apologized, whether he was prosecuted, whatever. But when you get older, your wife wants to put a picture of your daddy up in the house. You looking at that picture like, this MFR ain't going to be hanging up over my fireplace.
Yeah, but
And then she says, well, it's a part of your history.
I mean, yes, but it's not really the same because Abe didn't really do wrong. They just put him in the wrong light of the statue. Do you know what I mean?
Right, but I'm saying...
But my problem isn't really the statue. Mine is whatever they're going to feel where the statue used to be.
What are they going to put there?
I don't know. But if you've seen where they've taken down
It was
other
Boston,
ones,
right?
I think so.
It needs to be Kevin Garnett.
They're not going to do Kevin Garnett. But
You need to put Kevin Garnett up there.
But they've been doing some iffy stuff. Like in New York, they took down a statue, but then, whenever they put something else in its place, it was actually Medusa with the head of a man in her hand, which is like reversed of when the man's supposed to cut Medusa's head off.
Right.
And,
So you had more of a problem with what it was replaced with than the symbol.
what they're gonna replace it with, because they're changing our history as we speak. even though the Confederates, all that, I don't agree with none of that. But I agree that we should know that it happened, or else it's gonna happen again.
But can we note that in the Smithsonian? Do we have to be reminded of it every time we
Oh, yeah,
come
yeah,
to the
yeah,
corner
yeah.
of such and such and
If
such?
if they're
and such?
gonna move it to the Smithsonian or something, or like to the Lincoln Museum, then
No, but they yanking them things down by the neck.
yeah, they that's what I'm saying. I have a problem with that because it's gone at that point. Years and years and years, it's just gone, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, coming on today. Well, you
This
was already
can't be,
here.
This can't be it. Like this
Okay.
this went,
Let
went
me-
too fast.
Yeah, it was a little fast. Let me say something else. This year, what I'm gonna focus, something they need to say is, instead of trying to set your goals for the whole year, try to do a 12-week year, which is basically like 3 months, and set your goals that way. That way, instead of in sports, the way you train best is to focus on one thing at a time.
That's true. Very true.
And that means this year you could get 4 things done and you could excel at each one of those things. So the first thing I'm gonna focus on right now for the first 3 weeks is snowballing my debt. So basically what that is, Dave Ramsey talks about this in his baby steps, is you start all the debts you owe, your medical bills, everything. Start doing the minimum payment on all of them. And what you do is you line them up in order from biggest to smallest. And once you pay off the smallest, you take the money you was using on that and pay it on the next one. And once you pay off that one, you pay it on the next one.
It works in real life.
And
It works.
That's what I'm gonna do right now. I paid off my mattress already for this year, so that's one down.
You done already went through a mattress at that new place, young killer?
Well, I had to get a new one,
Oh, okay, because you tore that other one up.
Nah, it was just dirty. My dog had shit on it.
And on that note.
Yeah, but on that note, please be self-sustaining. Stop waiting for a handout. Take care of yourself. Be your own person. I appreciate you, PL. Let the people know.
Appreciate you, man.
Let the people know where they can find you.
Hey, man, season 2 of The Extra Point it returns this Friday right here at fbrn.us. And make sure y'all stick around because you never know when YF Dizzy will make his debut. This man is a sports guru. So make sure you catch him when he's on there. We'll make sure we send that out to everybody.
Peace.
Peace.